Hello, everybody. Just a very quick video from me. Just talking, some people were chatting with Collective Live about attending sessions and whether or not there was enough breaks for you. Yes, there is. And I'm going to explain to you how that is the case because we've got a very full timetable, but there are repeated sessions. So let me just quickly share my screen. So here we go. Green is what you could do. You're an alto singer, by the way. Okay, you're an alto singer. You could well, you'll be able to work your timetable out, so don't worry. But so say you're an alto singer. You go to the welcome speeches at 11. That's going to generally last about 45 minutes. Go straight into the warm up because you're all going to be there anyway. So we do the warm up, and that's about an hour. So if you look there, 11:45, it'll finish at the latest by 12:45. Anytime you need to move, there will always be at least 15 minutes of movement time. So obviously you don't need to go anywhere between the welcome speeches and the warm up. So we don't need to give a 15-minute break. Okay, because you're already going to be sat down. We might as well just carry on. So, however, when you finish the warm up at 12:45, you get 15 minutes to go to either the alto sectional, the education session downstairs, the bass sectional, or in this case, as an alto, lunch. There you go. You got lunch. Now, don't worry, altos. You're thinking, but there's an alto sectional. Well, shouldn't I go to the alto sectional rather than going having a break? Well, yeah, you will on the Saturday because you only need to go to one of them. So you go and have lunch and you have a chill out until 2:15. So like 12 o'clock, you've then got 2.25 hours of a break. 12 o'clock, 2:15. Hopefully that's long enough as a break. And obviously, when I say break, you can go and have a chat, you can go and have a sit down, you have a one, but you've got a decent amount of time there. You go to the sing along of doing One Voice and I'm Still Standing. So that's called Sing Along 2 because it's the slightly later songs. So you go and do that. That will finish by 3:15 at the latest. So you get 15 minutes of movement time. And then you come to my vocal expression session. And then at 4:30, because that'll last no longer than an hour, you get another break. Okay. So you get another break, and then you come in after your break at 5:30 to Collective Christmas Cracker. After Collective Christmas Cracker at 7 o'clock, okay, you will then get another break if you want it, and go to the social session at 8:30. So at that point, you're getting about 4.5 hours breaks there in the day. And you're still managing to get to quite a lot of stuff. This timetable, by the way, allows you to attend sectionals, Christmas Cracker, and every sing along and every education session. So this one means that you get to go to absolutely everything, and yet you still have lots of breaks. So let's start on the Saturday. You get up, you come and do the warm up. Again, the warm up, there's a 15-minute movement break. You then go to the education session, okay? Because you're not a soprano, you're not a tenor, and you're not under the age of 26. Apologies. So you go and do the education session with Karen and Tony Ann. Then you go and do the sing along. So the other one wasn't sing along 2, it was sing along 1. Okay, this is sing along 2. So you then go and do sing along 2. Okay, again, in between the education session, there's a 15-minute break. After the sing along, there's also a 15-minute break. You then wander in and you think, oh, I'll go and have a little watch of the youth a cappella performance. And that's given like a half an hour slot, but it's basically a performance, so it probably won't be half an hour. So you've got 15 minutes before that, you've got 15 minutes after that, and you could even kind of sit there and have a little bit of something to nibble on, or a little snack or a drink while you're watching that performance. So that kind of area there, you've got kind of 3 15-minute breaks within the space of an hour and a half, which is hopefully long enough to feel rested. You then go and do your alto sectional. So you do your alto sectional at 1:15. Okay. At 2:15, you then go off and have a break. And then at 2:15, you're next there doing the next thing is coaching the glass at 3:45. So you've got an hour and a half break there for kind of lunch and stuff, etc., etc. So you then go and watch Coaching Under Glass, and you stay on to do the big show safety briefing because everybody really has to do that. In fact, not really, everybody has to do that. After the safety briefing, you go and you have a break basically to get ready for the show. So you have a break from basically 5 o'clock Okay, so this one that's to finish at 5 o'clock. So then, really, basically, you get from 5 o'clock, and I can just you get from 5 o'clock. That says 5:30, but don't worry about that. It's basically when we start setting up the auditorium. Basically, you're not allowed in the auditorium after the safety briefing. You've got to go somewhere else. So, like, go and have a break, have a wander around Leicester, etc., etc. So you then got from 5 o'clock until 6:30, 6:45. 6:45 is the absolute latest you need to be in your places within the auditorium for the show. So say you've got a decent amount of time to there, possibly even long enough, depending which hotel you're at, to go back to your hotel, get your kind of clothes on for the show, and come back. Okay, but again, there is dressing rooms at 52 up and down, which are a 1 minute walk away, and you can therefore have dropped your stuff in the cloakroom, pick that up, go and get yourself dressed, and still have time to get some food. You then do the big show, you get a break halfway, you do the rest of the big show. So again, that's a decent amount of breaks in the Saturday. So the Sunday, you start off your Sunday. Oh, I've missed off the warm up. So you're a little bit tired. You've been up on the Saturday night and you think, hey, I'm going to give the warm up a miss on the Sunday morning. Yeah, so that's absolutely fine. That's fine. You can do that. So then you're basically 2015, you do your last education session you haven't already been to, which is Rhiannon's. You then get a 15-minute break after that for movement time. You go and do One Voice, I'm Still Standing again. You do it again because you've enjoyed it so much, you go and do it a second time. I know this might not be the case, but you might do that. You never know. Or one of your friends wants you to go with them because they haven't done that sing along yet. So you think, hey, well, I like the songs. I'm going to go and sing it twice. After that, you have a break, okay, at 12:30, okay, because again, this session sing along will finish by 12:30. You then have a break from 12:30 until 2. You then have the big sing, which is obviously that big thing where we get other singers kind of coming in and we do a couple of songs from scratch, from fresh. That's at 2 o'clock. You get a break at 3:30, and then we do the performance, and then you decide that you need to get off at 6 o'clock because you've not got a hotel space on the Sunday, and you can still then set off. So even there, you get lots of breaks. This example, you go to 2 of the 3 warm-ups, you go to all of the education sessions, you go to the sing-alongs. In fact, you do one sing-along twice. You get to go to the Christmas cracker session. You get to go to the evening social session. You get to watch the youth a cappella performance. You get to do the coaching under glass. You're involved in the show. And I think you get 1, 2.5, 3 3/4, 5, 6.5, 7.5. You get about 11 hours of breaks during the weekend through 3 days. About 11 hours between there. So hopefully that explains. Now you can all decide your timetables as you want, but that's just an example of what a typical alto may well choose to do. Okay, so the timetable is very full, but it's only really very full because there's repeats of things so that you can choose when you want to have a break, when you choose where you want to go. And any time there is movement between sessions, you will get movement time within the timetable. So generally, all the sessions are an hour long at most. They might be less, but at most. The only ones that are different than that is the Christmas cracker, because that's more of a show, the big show, because that is a show, and the big sing. Those sessions are slightly longer, but all the education sing-alongs and all those kind of things are an hour at most, and you will always get 15 minutes of movement time. So hopefully that helps explain a few questions. Thank you very much. Doot-de-doot. See you later.